Hey, what's up, guys? It's Artbook Addictions, and this time I have the Nier Automata World Guide. Okay, so let's get into the right into it. Okay, there are issues with this book. Okay, um, this is an art book channel, and so I'm gonna review it based on the art and like my interpretation of what I think is a good art book, right? And this book is good in some regards, as in I like the art, but in a lot of ways it fails as an art book, you know. Um, and to be fair, it is called a world guide, right? Which is not technically an art book, but at the same time, there really is no art book in its stead. So this is all we have to contend with. This is all we have in terms of the production work that was on Nier Automata, which is a shame because there are other games by Platinum who have released plenty of art books, right? Such as Astral Chain, where I got a full art book. This game, which a lot of people love, decided nope. I instead of an art book, we're gonna give you a half art book, right? So, um, it retails for about $25, right? And here you can see right here. You can see right here the pricing in the Japanese stores, right? It's about $17, right? If you want to know how much something is, currency change wise, is for Japanese. Here's an easy way: you just put decimal right between $17. There you go. Okay, so like if it's like 17.56, it's $17.56, right? Very easy. So would I recommend this book? Uh if you're a big fan of Nier Automata, I'd say it's okay to get this book, right? But have tempered expectations, right? It's not an art book, okay? Let's be clear. It's not an art book. It's a world guide, right? The text I have is all Japanese because I bought this before they made the English version, right? However, you know, I don't know what the text has, but I've read other reviews, and most people are under the impression that this is an art book, right? Because, if you look up Nier Automata art book, this is what you'll get, right? That being said, like I said, if you're a big fan and you really just want some form of art book or something, right, and that you get more information about Nier, right, this book is fine, right? You just get, obviously get the language you prefer, right? But I just wish they had an art book. At the end of the day, I just wish they had an art book because that's what you really want, right? And this is like, it gives you, they tease you, and that's kind of the problem with it, right? However, I do like the character art, right? The background art is good, right? It's good if you're not bothered by photo bashing, which you know me, I'm bothered by that shit, right? And it's like, in most photo bashing, it's okay if you blend it well with like the digital parts and like kind of try to fix things up, or paint over it, right? The artist here didn't really do that, right? It's a lot of blatant photo bashing and like combine. It's like photo compositing, right? Which in itself is not criminal, right? But there's a finesse to it, right? Some people have the right finesse, others don't, right? Sometimes it's too blatant, right? So with that said, get this book, get it used or get it cheap, right? Do not pay $50-$60 for this. That's a fucking ripoff, okay? $25, that's okay. That's a little bit of a stretch too, right? Knowing that this retails at $17, right? I know the Japanese edition you get for $15, right? Which I think could be the best way to get this because if you're just interested in the art and not the commentary, That could be the best way, the cheapest way to go. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's see. Let's do what you were here for. A little look through, right? See, it's more of a shame because this seems like a great book, and you get the impression that this is from this promotional art, that it's gonna be really fantastic, It's not what you want. That's the problem. It's not what the people want, and that's always an issue, right? But here, we got one of the famous shots. Hold on, let me there we go. Come on. Focus. There we go. Yeah, see? And that's the thing, some of the art in Nier Automata is just fantastic, Look at that. And so it's a shame that it's not gonna get the service that it needs. And to be clear, I love this game. Okay, so that's why I have this little bit of frustration, that I can't get the art book that I want. Like, look at this, right? Even if this was English, right? This is taking up so much. Okay, let me. Okay, right now it's like, okay, 1 page, whatever. Okay, there you go, 2 pages, 3 pages, and then you have in-game shots, right? More text, in-game shot, more text, in-game shot. It could be more text, art, okay? Or maybe like, just sketches. I would be perfectly fine with that. And see, you get stuff like this, which is awesome, right? And then, okay, here we go. And like, see, it's awesome. And then you look at something like, here, look at this right here. Right here, this tree. That's obviously a photo, right? And then you see right here, you see that? That's the paint over, right? And, like I said before, it's not always about the details, it's about the overall, right? Which is great, right? But noticing stuff like that, come on. Just like, look at that. Look how low that texture is, right? It's so distracting from the piece. And then as a result, I feel like you can't really look at it as an art piece, it's more of, like it is production work, which is fine, it's just, it bothers me, and I know it bothers other artists too, so I'm not alone in this, right? But like, you could have blurred it out, you could have done something, you could have just done like some blotchy, paint blocks. But no, see, like that in the background, that's fine, but you have to mix photos with it, and then it becomes, distracting. It's like as if your eye is focusing on the wrong thing all the time. You could have blurred all this out, and that would have been just fine. Okay, so let me go back to the wide. Okay. See, look at this. Text. In-game screenshots, in-game screenshots, in-game screenshots, okay? Yes, it's a world guide, okay? But I'm going off the basis that this is an art book, okay? This is something that people want, okay? You get a map, that's fine. That's cool, 3D rendering of the satellite, that's fine, This is fine. But this is not, it's not painted, obviously. It's all 3D stuff, right? Which kind of shows you how beautiful the game is overall, just the way, they laid things out. Like this shot right here is great. But like I said, dude, if this is supposed to take place of an art book, it's failing miserably, okay? Oh, finally, we get something nice. Here we go. The character art, right? Here, let me get that shadow out of there for you. There you go. Let me get the nice camera. There you go. Okay, now we got 2B. She's looking great. But, you know, as you've seen in previous art books, right? Just having the standard character art is normal, right? I want to see the sketches, the ideation. How do we get to 2B, right? Another issue. But the character art is great, you know? Look at that, 9S. My boy. Looking great. Okay? But I want to see how he was developed, you know? I wanted to see how this guy came to be. Like, what was their initial design? What were the ideas before this, okay? And you don't, and like maybe the text says that, you know? I don't know, right? Because I can't read Japanese. However, I don't want that just explained through text. I want to see the drawings, you know? Here we go. We got the, look at these. See, like, that's the thing. It's such a shame because you have good parts of this book that make you want to buy it, you know? I love this design. I love this. This character artist is fantastic, okay? He did it right. Which is not something I could say about the environment art. The commander. I like her, but there's something off about her hip, you know? Something off about it. I don't know what it is. It makes her look like she has like a big ass belly or something. I don't know. Anyway. Maybe it's this tangent right here. Right here. Yeah. I don't know. Makes it look a little weird. This looks a little too tight, you know? Whatever. Ooh, the pods. I love the pods. Sorry, I ate some Taco Bell before this, and I'm feeling a little bloated. Okay, let's get back to that wide lens. Now that we're out of the good art, okay. You know, this is in-game. It's cool, because you don't get to see the models separately, which, this is something I like out of, like Resident Evil 2, the remake, they had a model viewer, which I think all games should try to have, because, like, you know, it shows off the work, you know, like, having like, you know, concept art in the thing, that's pretty cool, because you get like basically like kind of like a digital art book, right? But having the model, you get to see it in engine, and you get to see all the models. Okay, I'm gonna complain about this page, just give me a second, okay? But yeah, having the, let me go back to illustrate my point. Having the 3D models in a spinnable format, right? Getting to see it in game is much better than seeing it like this, okay? This would be fine if these were drawings, right? But if you had an in-game model viewer and you get to see everything, that would be way better, okay? Than just showing it to me in a book, right? Because drawings are made to be flat, you know? Anyway. So, here we go. Criminal stuff right here, okay? This is the stuff you don't want in an art book, right? In-game shot, in-game shot, in-game shot, in-game shot, in-game fucking shot, dude. Everywhere. And the formatting is all over the place. You know, it's supposed to be cool, but it's, I don't know. Maybe maybe they talk about the combat mechanics. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I don't know. It just seems like a mishmash of unnecessary information, and like they're trying to fill up space. You know what I mean? In a creative way. As opposed to just putting something down so that people could see it, you know? Like, instead of being crammed with art, it's crammed with screenshots, which is the opposite of what you want. Okay? This is alright. This is like, I guess, this is more artistic, if anything, you know? And I like this. Even though it's just the little side game, you know? Here we go. Another example of really good if you look far away, and then if you look closely, you're going to start noticing issues, right? Here we go. Look at that. Let me, there you go. Look at that. Like I said, just blur it out, dude. This is a photo right here. Come on, focus. This is a photo. And then you slap it right next to a painting, right? Look at up here. You see that? It's like, oh, photo, and then like, you know? There has to be a balance. And it's cool. That's the thing. It's cool. But as art, it bothers me. But that's okay, because I love the overall, you know, that I see how this was translated to the game, you know? I just wish it was done with a little bit more fidelity, you know? Because I love this game. And I want the art to be amazing. Like, this is so cool. But why can't this be done with, like, you know, blocks, right? Shadow blocks, instead of just, oh, I'm going to take a thing from this, a thing from that, and slap it all together and try to paint it together, you know? It just feels like an amalgamation of things that weren't meant to be together. You know, you could do this and then just you know, blur it out or paint over it or do something besides just slapping the photo in there. Because when you see something like this, right? The bridge, like, whoa, it's cool. It's not that detailed, right? Like, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. And then you put it right next to a realistic photo. Come on. Realistic photo. Come on. Bro. There you go. Realistic photo of waterfalls. And it looks so jarring. I guess other people aren't bothered by this. Okay, so I don't know. If you're bothered by it, let me know. If you're not, you know, tell me too. Cause like I want to see how people feel about this stupid ass debate, dude. Cause I you know, I come from a traditional background, right? And I went into digital work for a long time, right? So I know both sides, right? And personally, I'm just like, just paint it all and then just slap texture on top, right? Don't put texture before paint. Look at that. See? And then it just creates this weird effect. I don't know, man. It's cool. Look, this thing's cool. Look how cool this thing is. You know? I just wish it wasn't made up of like, you know, like this weird factory thing. I'll slap it here. You know? It's like, just put a thing here and then paint it. You know? Whoa. And then paint it. Whoa. You know? It'll look way better. And you don't have to question the artist. Anyway. Look at more maps. In-game. I don't care. Garbage. This is cool. I love this part of the game. Okay. You know, I've said I think I've said enough on the whole photo bashing stuff, so I'm just gonna focus on the art itself, right? If there's something too distracting, maybe I'll point it out, but here we go. More in-game, bad. Like, maybe good if this was like a strategy guide. But see, here's the thing. If this was a strategy guide, it would be awesome because it's a strategy guide with a bunch of art, right? But no, this is the world guide, okay? The in-between, okay? And then you get a false product. That's the problem. This is cool. Right? Even though this is in-game, you know, like seeing the model isolated is pretty cool. You know, the intro sequence, the demo. This is cool. I like this shot. Obviously, you know, a lot of photos. See, that's the thing with a lot of production art. If it looks too good, it usually is, because it's usually made from a bunch of photo composite, which is used to you know, shorten the time for production, right? Because they need to get things going. But I'm all about the artistry of it, you know? It's cool that it was made fast and efficiently, but it's not cool that you can't fully invest yourself in the art. You can't fully envelop yourself because it's like made of photos. More in-game shit. In-game stuff. Yeah. See, the problem is, like, we got a bunch of in-game stuff, and then we have art, which is the stuff that I want to see. Yeah, look at this. This is great. Great color. Great composition. I think this is the center area where there's, like, a giant-ass crater. But then they... Yeah, here we go, see? They changed it around, then, like, oh, put the hole there. And see, I love this game. I love this game to death. You know, I think everybody has shown their appreciation for this type of game, for this kind of idea, right? So just, you know, make an art book. Yeah. What are these, tents? Or... Yeah, see, this is... Here, like... The problem is, it's underdeveloped, right? That's the issue. Like, these are supposed to be tents, you know, and like, oh, a settlement being built, right? But this looks like... It's like the clearest example of, like, what I'm talking about, right? Like... Here, you can see this high-res... Give me a second. You can see this high-res, like, photo right here. And then you see over here, this low-res photo. Over here, you see this painting. And then, clearly this was like, oh, I need to make something fast, so I'm gonna get a photo of some things, you know, and then slap it together. And then do these quick little, like, tents, you know? It's like, oh, now it's a storage thing, you know? This probably took maybe, like, 3 hours to make. Here we go. Good stuff. Here we go. Character art. That's what I want to see. Here's an enemy, or anemone, or... animal. I love her design. I feel like she was underutilized in the game. I wish the characters in the game looked this cool. Here we go. Sorry, that's my Discord. Diavolo! We got the twins. I believe they appear in the first game? Popola. Wow. I'm getting some mad JoJo vibes right now. Let's see. Look at this. Here's another example of not caring about the art book, right? Look what we got here. We got this expansive environment, okay? And we're like, where's like, you know, where's the character in the foreground? There she is, you know? Fucking just squished in there. She's not even in there. I'd have to rip the binding to actually see her. Okay? Lazily done. This is stuff that I do not appreciate in my art books. Someone didn't care. Which is a shame, because you got cool art. You got cool art, but you don't got a cool art book. And, you know, I like to be positive about the stuff that I love and the stuff that I buy, but I gotta be realistic with you guys, This is a purchased item, right? And if they're misleading you into buying something that you didn't want to buy with an inferior product, then someone's got to say something. Someone's got to be like, "Hey, dude, that's a bad product. Don't get it. It's not good. It's not what's advertised." Is this art? Is this all art right here? No. Because you could look at the maps in game, You could look at the game in game. This is for people who have bought the game. And like maybe the info is cool, but stop calling it an art book. I look at the Amazon reviews and they all say like they all have there's a lot of people that are like, warning, this is not an art book. Warning, not an art book. As in a lot of people are led to believe that this is an art book. Okay? So, I can't act like, oh, everybody knows what a world guide is, right? I didn't even know what the fuck it was until I bought it. Here we go. Another problem. A very blatant, I took it from something else. Just fucking paint a wheel. This is cool. It would be cooler if, take a look at this. It would be cooler if it wasn't a literal castle and then you painted the sky color into a heart. Okay? It's like, oh, I painted a castle. Now I painted the heart. Now it's a good design. Okay? Wrong. Lazy design. Lazy. Okay? Looks good. Looks great. Lazy. Lazy. Art is great. Art is good. Overall great. Overall great. Artist, lazy. Just blur it out. Blur some of that out. If it's low res, don't use it. Look at the 3D model. This is kind of cool because you get to see it with the base model, the low poly model. And here, let me get in there. Yeah, this looks like the lower poly model, right? Without lighting. Get back out there. Yeah, look at that, gorgeous art. Okay, gorgeous art. Now, can't see it all, right? I'm just bickering now. I'm just pissed off on how much I got gypped by this book because I bought this shit for I think $40, right? And so I got gypped real hard on this one, and I was expecting a full art book, $40 value. I did not get that, right? So this is some rage I've been holding in because I really love this game and I love the art, right? Look at this character art. Look how lovely this guy is. Pascal, dude, I love you, dude. Okay? I don't love the book you're in because you got this and you got this. Okay, here. What is that? Okay? Give me concept sketches, ideation, okay? And then you have this final design and then boom, maybe the character model here. Okay, this is pretty cool. I like this. But yeah, maybe the character here, okay, in game. It's like, wow, dude, there you go. Okay. Obviously they learned a thing. Platinum learned a thing after this book was made because the Astral Chain book is so much better. Someone cared there. Someone didn't care here. Okay. Here you go. Look at this. Look at this garbaggio, dude. Here you go. See, we got 3D model. We have photorealistic shit, and then we have low res texture, and we have slappily done paint, okay? And it creates this cool kind of look to it, but at the same time, you know, if you are in the know, it's so distracting. Because when you see a full painting, it's just so much, you could just appreciate it so much more. Yeah. It's all right. See this? Look. Look, look. It's simple, okay? It's very simple. But look, no crazy texture bullshit. Nothing. You don't need it, okay? Maybe those trees. Maybe this tree, okay? But that shows, like, hey, this is what the artist really paints like, right? So just paint like that. Stop using all this photo reference as a crutch, dude. Come on. This looks great. I like this. It's simple. And if I saw it as concept work, I'd be like, yeah, dude, I could see how they got the environment from this. I guess he wasn't bold enough, okay? Or the studio was like, oh, dude, slap textures on that shit. Lame. Here we go. Looks cool. And then, you know, it makes you question the work. That's the issue. It makes you question it. When you, like, literally could just slap, like, some paint and it would have been just as good. Here we go. More character stuff. Let's get back on the good camera. A2, my girl. I love her. She's got attitude. A2 got an attitude. That's why we like her, though. Emil. Love this guy. Love his face. Love this art. Maybe this is why they put it. They didn't make an art book, you know. They should still make it though. I'm like, even if this was all there was, and like, you know, the same stuff, I would still take that over this world guide that sells me stuff that I didn't actually want. But you know, a positive thing about this art book is that they do put a lot. There is a lot of stuff. It's just that there's all these, look at that. It's just all these little things that take you out. It's like as if this art book had loading screens between the art. Look at that. Looks great. These concepts are great. That's okay. Let's this is getting pretty long, so let's start speeding it up. So we got the big fish guy. We have the place where Adam is like reveals who he is and shit, you know. Ah, here we go. Nice. Nice. Here we go. It's your boy, Adam. And it's... I wish Eve was, like, female or something, you know? Whatever, you know. Everybody wants their, yaoi. So I can't fault them for that. Really cool stuff. Except for this divide. This fucking divide. Makes it look like there's two images. Right? Ooh, now there's light. Oh, now it's dark. It's two different images. It's not. It's the same fucking image, dude. More maps. Screw that. This is cool. Get my fingers out of there. My fingies. Oh, another problem with this art book? Look at this. I can't put it down. I know other art books are like this, but, you know, it's just another thing to add to the problem list, right? And I have to like really have to push it to keep this thing down. Otherwise, I'd be gesturing with my hand. This is cool. I like this. Was this used in the game? I can't recall. Oh yeah. The red girl. Young Ada Wong. Oh, here's something else that I know was piss people off in their reviews, right? At the very end, you get the end game stuff, right? Except it's like staticked out, like whoa, like oh my eyes, they're not working, you know? I can't retrieve these memories, except it's a fucking art book, and I want to see art of the final stuff, but no, just cutscenes. Look at not even cutscenes. Sorry, in game, and now it's blurred. Okay, so we've gone into a whole new low. Okay, why include this in the book? Obviously, the people who bought this book beat the game, okay? Or at least are just interested in... Oh, see? Here we go. Finally, some art. Look at that. Why isn't this with the model? Here we go. Why isn't this with the 3D model? Did the artist like, oh, let me finish it up a bit, and then they just slapped it on the end, right? Yeah. You know, most of my art books, I love them. I love most of them, but this one was a huge disappointment. But this stuff is great. I would love an art book just full of this stuff, right? So clearly they did have the work, you know, to show. So why rely on this in-game bullshit? This is a world guide, like, you know, it's not, I feel like it's not really telling me about the world, you know, maybe the text, right? Here's the enemy design. That's cool, I like that. See, there you go, here you go. Ideation, sketches, right? Final, done. I think they made this book, and then, like, at the very end, they're like, oh, dude, this is not an art book. Okay, we gotta fix this shit. Yeah, and then they just printed it anyway. This is cool. Oh yeah, here we go. Trying to get a little bit of everything. Because I love the enemies in this game. They're cute. They have human emotion. They really make you question what's between human and robot. I guess that's the whole thing of the game, right? Are you human because you look more human? You know, at first when I played the game, I was not a fan of just the repeat designs, but after you get good into the game, you start to see why. Let me get back to that wide shot. There we go. Okay, so there's more text, and it wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me at all if it was just, you know, good art and then text. Good art, text, and then, you know, a couple screen caps to show like how it looks in game. Look at this. You got all this text. You know, I think this is a side story or an interview, right? I feel like interviews are used to just take up space, you know, in an art book, just to increase the size of it. Unnecessary, you know. Maybe necessary if, you know, the art was good, like not the art was good, but the way the art book was formatted was better, you know. So yeah. Oh, and then we got the second book. Oh, coming, ooh, you know, and it's less art. Okay, not even art for that one. Okay, so Here we go. My final thoughts about this book. Would I recommend it to anyone? No. If you just love art books, would I recommend it? No. Okay. This will be a sore purchase, right? Especially if you buy it at a high price. Buy it cheap and you buy it, from like a used thing or whatever, that could be perfectly fine. If you're a huge Nier fan, you could buy it, okay? Because you're gonna love the stuff no matter what. You're gonna be interested anyway, okay? And then buy the English if you're speaking English, right? But if you're looking particularly for Nier Automata art book, I cannot recommend this, okay? Which is a shame because this is the only thing we got, okay? Platinum, make a Nier Automata art book, please. Why does this have to be a thing? Why do we have to even worry about that? We're ready to throw money at you. Anyway, that's my review and, look through of the book, right? I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time.